My wife shocked me with an ultimatum: I want an open marriage or I'm filing for divorce. I stayed calm and said, sure, let's open it. The very next day I introduced her to my lawyer. Apparently that wasn't the kind of open she had in mind, and the way she scrambled to backpedal was something to see. I'm a 48-year-old man married to Denise, 45, for 22 years. 2 kids in college, a nice house in the suburbs, the picture-perfect American family. At least I thought so until last Thursday night. We were on the patio with some wine when she finally came out with it. 4 weeks she'd been acting strangely, new clothes, glued to her phone, obsessed with self-care retreats. I should have connected the dots sooner. Robert, we need to talk about our marriage. All right. What about it? I feel like we're just roommates. I need excitement. Passion. I need to feel alive again. So, counseling? A trip somewhere? No. I want an open marriage. I almost spit my wine out. She explained how she'd read about ethical non-monogamy and thought it could save us. If I refused, then I want a divorce. I already spoke with some lawyers. I'll get half alimony and the house since the kids grew up here. I'm not bluffing, Robert. It wasn't a conversation. It was a demand. I asked who the guy was. She feigned offense, then admitted, Garrett from her CrossFit gym. Nothing physical yet, but she wanted credit for being honest. 22 years of memories flashed through my head, our first home, family milestones, all of it. I got up, steady as ever, and said, okay, let's open it. She lit up like I'd just agreed to a second honeymoon. Hugged me. Started talking about rules. I cut her off. No rules. Wide open. Starting tomorrow. That night, while she dreamed about Garrett, I was on my laptop, gathering records, calling my brother Alan, who happens to be a family lawyer. By morning I had a plan. We drafted a watertight open marriage contract. Separate finances, no marital funds spent on partners, mandatory disclosures, and a brutal clause: if either one files for divorce within a year, they waive alimony rights. Alan raised an eyebrow, but I told him, she wants to play? Let's play by real rules. At dinner, I introduced Denise not to a date but to Rebecca, Alan's senior partner, sharp, silver-haired, 62. Denise's confusion turned to horror when Rebecca slid the contract across the table. Divorce papers sat in the second folder, ready to go if she refused. Cornered, Denise stalled, then reluctantly signed a few days later after her own lawyer confirmed it was legit, and heavily tilted in my favor. She thought she'd called my bluff. She hadn't. While she struggled to find anyone willing to date a 45-year-old married woman looking for ethical non-monogamy, I joined a high-end dating site for arrangement-style relationships. Within days, I had more interested women than I could keep up with. I settled on Jennifer, 29, drowning in student debt. We made a clear arrangement: companionship, dinners, events. I helped with her loans and gave her a stipend, less than Denise's alimony would have cost me. Meanwhile, Denise's hot girl summer imploded. Garrett turned out to be married and only interested in an affair. Other men ghosted her, used her, or were too young, too old, or too unstable. Every date left her more frustrated, while I was enjoying calm dinners with someone who actually wanted my company. She spiraled: jealousy, tantrums, even throwing a wine glass when I told her I was taking Rebecca to a company gala instead of her. When she finally demanded we close the marriage, I pointed to the contract. Both parties had to agree. I didn't. Her options: stay in the open marriage she now hated, or divorce under terms that gave her no alimony. Eventually she broke down. Claimed she loved me, begged to rewind, tried seduction, manipulation, even dragging family into it. Nothing worked. I laid out my one offer: a clean, uncontested divorce. She'd keep the house, half the savings, her car. No alimony. Take it or leave it. She took it. The house sold, she moved into an apartment, struggling with expenses. I bought a downtown condo and finally felt peace. Jennifer and I ended our arrangement after the divorce. I'd paid off her loans and helped her get a good job, and we stayed friends. Denise, on the other hand, is back on dating apps, finding out what middle-aged dating really looks like. Garrett moved on to a 22-year-old. Even Denise's own mother sided with me once she saw the paperwork. Now I'm slowly dating again. Met Carol, 44, through a hiking group. Divorced, funny kind. She laughed until she cried when I showed her the infamous open marriage contract. We're taking it slow, and that's fine by me. Denise gambled our marriage thinking I'd roll over, desperate to keep her. She thought she'd have freedom and security, while I quietly waited at home. Instead, she learned reality. The men she wanted weren't interested, while I had more options than she imagined. She wanted an open marriage. I gave her one, wide open. The fallout? That was entirely on her.